I knew I was never going back because I had realized like, dang, after 5, all these years, 2017, so that's 3 years, and 2017 to 2020, you've been cheating for 5 because I found out y'all started in 2015. You still haven't changed or grown up or have a different mindset that I'm willing to give any more years to hope that you will change and grow up. So at that point, to me, it became sold goods. I was like, you know what? He ain't changing. I'm out. Growing up, I didn't have to do that, but I learned quickly how to, okay, if they say this to you, you better say something back. Don't you just sit back and not say nothing. Mm-hmm. So I had to teach myself at 22, 23, how to get back with you, right? Because I didn't grow up where I had to do no fussing and cussing and nothing. But I was like, oh, you're not finna talk to me and say a cuss word and think I'm not gonna say a cuss word back to you. So I had to learn to do that.
Right there, that face. The one she made when the interviewer asked that question. You saw it, didn't you? That quick flash of panic before the mask snapped back into place. For 11 minutes, 11 agonizing minutes, Melody Shari sat in that velvet chair and did what nobody thought she had the guts to do. She stopped lying. Not the little lies, not the we're just friends or I'm focusing on my peace kind of lies. We're talking about the lie. The one she's been carrying like a suitcase full of bricks for 3 seasons. The one Carlos King probably begged her to take to her grave. But Melody, she's done carrying. And what came out of her mouth? Baby, even I had to pick my jaw up off the floor. Cut to a close-up of her eyes watering during the interview. Watch how she blinks 3 times fast. That's not acting. That's a woman fighting a war inside her own chest. Before the tears, before the confession, before the internet exploded into a million pieces, there was a girl from Huntsville, Alabama, who just wanted to build something real.
But when you are in a leadership position or so-called leadership position or executive position, cleanser and mango, it's just certain things that you just supposed to like you don't talk about you don't talk about your people that's putting a check in your pocket. You don't. I ain't never seen, I'm just gonna be honest, I've never seen the owner of let's see. What's a good one? I've never witnessed, what you say, Lauren? I've never seen the owner, let's think of a good brand. 7th Avenue. Talk about the people who's putting money in our pockets, the people who are part of this team, the people who make the wheels turn. What I look like up here talking about Lauren. Now I can pick with her though, but that and then want her to still show up to work the next day. There are people who are on a path of self-destruction and that's all they know is self-destruction. It ain't nobody doing it to you. It ain't nobody forcing you nothing. You are self-destructing yourself. Okay?
You remember her, don't you? The Melody who walked into Love and Marriage Huntsville like she owned the room. Because honestly, she did. Sharp suits, sharper tongue, a smile that could either sell you a house or talk you into therapy. Back then, we didn't just watch Melody Shari, we studied her. She was the blueprint. Married to Martell, the college sweetheart, the comeback kid, the man she dragged from the shadows of infidelity back into the light. Together, they were supposed to be the proof that Black love could survive anything, proof that you could lose it all, go broke, get cheated on, humiliated on national television, and still show up the next morning with your edges laid and your LLC intact. Her childhood wasn't easy. You can see it in the way she holds her shoulders, like someone who learned early that nobody was coming to save her. She built Melody Shari from scratch. Real estate, investments, a brand so clean you could eat off it. And when Carlos King came knocking with a camera crew and a promise, she said yes, because she believed him. Cut to a photo of Melody and Carlos laughing at a premiere party. Look at her face. She trusted him. That's not a business smile, that's a sister smile. We didn't know yet that he was already writing the script for her destruction. She thought the show would be her victory lap, a chance to show the world that the girl from Huntsville who got cheated on, she didn't just survive, she thrived. Every episode, we watched her hold Martell accountable. Every reunion, she showed up with receipts, timelines, and a backbone made of steel. We loved her for it. But here's what nobody tells you about being the fan favorite. The higher they lift you, the farther you have to fall when they decide to drop you.
I still stand by that. But Melody seemed to be really bothered by the commentary that people have had about this last episode. And I was actually surprised by her reaction because it was like, because usually people have said so many things about Melody over the years and you don't really see her go off too much. So it's been a while since she's gone off. So she decided to, on multiple TikTok lives as she's packaging orders for her beauty line, she went off a couple of days in a row. First on toxic leadership.
And somebody very powerful had already decided Melody's time was up. It started small, a whisper here, a shady tweet there. You know she's not as innocent as she looks. Behind the scenes, whole different person. Remember that? Season 3, I think. Suddenly, the editing changed. Melody's confessionals got darker. The music underneath her scenes, ominous, like she was the villain we hadn't noticed yet. But we noticed. Fans started asking, why is she getting the bad edit all of a sudden? And Melody, she stayed silent. Because here's the thing about being a Black woman in reality TV. When you speak up, you're difficult. When you defend yourself, you're aggressive. And when you tell the truth about the man holding the contract, you're unemployed. So she swallowed it. Every sly comment from the producers, every suggestion to reshoot a scene until she looked angrier than she actually was. Every time they took her words and stitched them together into a sentence she never said. She swallowed it all, until she couldn't anymore. Cut to a split screen, Melody's Instagram post about protecting your energy next to a leaked email from a production source. Read the timestamp. She posted that at 3:47 a.m. She wasn't manifesting, she was crying. Melody goes live on Instagram, no filter, no makeup, just a hoodie and something burning behind her eyes. At first, we think it's another "thanks for the love" video. You know the type, the ones where they smile through the pain and promise they're doing better than ever. But then, her voice cracks, and she says it. I have been silenced for years by people I trusted, by a man who looked me in my face and told me he wanted to build an empire with me. The comments explode. Thousands, tens of thousands. Who? Melody, who? Say the name. She doesn't say it. Not yet. But she doesn't have to. We all know. Carlos King, the producer who discovered her, the man who called her family, the same man who, according to Melody, spent 3 seasons slowly erasing her from her own story. She says the show took her pain, her real, raw, humiliating pain, and turned it into a plot point, that scenes were manufactured to make her look bitter, that other cast members were paid extra to bring the smoke specifically to her, that every time she tried to quit, someone showed up at her door with a bigger check and a sweeter promise. I was a puppet, she says, and I let them hold the strings because I was afraid of what happens when the puppet says no. Cut to a photo of Carlos King smiling at a production meeting. Now freeze it. Look at his eyes. That's not a producer, that's a chess player. And Melody, she just realized she was never the queen, she was always the pawn. But hold on, because this is where it gets ugly. 3 days after the live video, a source close to production leaks a story to a blog. Anonymous, of course. They always are. The headline reads, "Melody Shari was let go due to unprofessional behavior and refusal to film." Carlos doesn't comment publicly. He doesn't have to. The blog does his dirty work for him. And Melody, she sees it. She sees everything. So she does something desperate. She pulls out her phone. She calls him. Now, imagine this scene with me. It's late, probably past midnight. She's in her car, maybe the garage, somewhere private where the kids can't hear. Her hands are shaking, her heart is pounding, but she dials anyway.
He answers, and according to friends close to Melody, the conversation lasted less than 4 minutes. She asks him, "Did you tell them to write that?" He says, "Melody, you know I can't control what blogs say." She says, "You are the blogs, Carlos. You own half of them." Silence. Then he says something that, if true, changes everything. "Melody, I made you. Don't forget that. Without me, you're just a real estate agent from Alabama with a cheating husband and a reality TV scar. So if I were you, I'd think very carefully about who you want to go to war with." Click. He hangs up. She sits in the dark garage, phone still pressed to her ear, listening to nothing but the sound of her own breathing and the slow, terrible realization that the man she called a brother just threatened to bury her. Cut to a black screen. Just text, "She saved the recording." Pause, then, "But she's never played it for anyone until now." Let's talk about the cost, because nobody tells you that part. They show you the glamour shots and the red carpets. They show you the interviews where she's strong and resilient and better than ever. But they don't show you the nights she couldn't sleep. They don't show you the way her children started asking why their friends' parents were saying mean things about mommy on the internet. They don't show you the endorsements that quietly disappeared, the brand partnerships that went on pause, the invitations to events that just stopped coming. Melody Shari went from the face of the network to a liability in less than 6 months. And the worst part? She couldn't even defend herself. Not fully, because every reality TV contract has that clause. The one that says you can't talk bad about production. The one that says if you reveal behind-the-scenes secrets, they can sue you for every dollar you ever made on the show. So she sat there, in silence, watching them destroy her reputation one episode at a time. You ever felt that? That helplessness? That rage that has nowhere to go? She stopped eating. Friends noticed. Her face got thinner. Her eyes got hollow. That fire we all loved, somebody was pouring water on it, and she was too tired to fight back. Until the night she almost quit everything. Not the show, everything. She won't say exactly what happened, but she will say this: "I sat in my closet at 2 a.m. and asked God if my voice even mattered anymore." That's a dangerous question for a woman to ask herself, because when you start wondering if your voice matters, you stop using it. And when you stop using it, the silence eats you alive. Cut to a throwback photo of Melody from season 1. Bright eyes, full smile, arms open like she's hugging the world. Now cut to a recent photo. Same woman, different eyes. The light is still there, but it's flickering, and flickering light is the scariest kind. Her marriage didn't survive either. Martel, for all his faults, was her teammate through most of this, but even teammates break when the game is rigged. They separated quietly, no announcement, no dramatic Instagram post, just distance. The kind that grows when one person is drowning and the other doesn't know how to swim. She lost friends. Cast members who swore they were family stopped returning texts, not because they hated her, because they were afraid. Afraid of Carlos, afraid of the network, afraid that standing next to Melody meant standing in the fire with her. And let's be honest, most people, they'd rather watch you burn than get burned themselves. So she burned alone.
Therapy helped, she'll tell you that. 3 times a week. EMDR, trauma work, things you don't expect a reality star to know about. But Melody, she learned. She learned because she had to, because nobody else was going to put her back together. "I had to become my own hero," she said in that 11-minute confession. And that's the saddest thing I've ever admitted out loud. Melody Shari finally said it, out loud, on camera, with no edits, no producers telling her to say it again but with more tears, and no Carlos King standing in the background mouthing words she's supposed to repeat. She said, "I was manipulated. I was gaslit, and I let it happen because I was terrified of being nobody again." That's all it took to undo 3 years of careful image management, 3 years of smiling through the pain, 3 years of watching a man who claimed to love her slowly turn the audience against her. And here's the part that breaks my heart. She wasn't wrong to trust him. You hear me? She wasn't wrong. Carlos King is a genius. He did build an empire. He did give her a platform. But genius doesn't excuse cruelty, and an empire built on other people's trauma, that's not a kingdom. That's a plantation with better lighting. Melody isn't innocent. She'll tell you that herself. She's made mistakes, said things she regrets, burned bridges she probably shouldn't have. But there's a difference between being messy and being hunted. And baby, she was hunted. Cut to a screenshot of Melody's most recent Instagram post. Just 3 words: "The truth shall set you free." Below it, 87,000 comments. Scroll through them. Most of them are crying emojis. Some are praying hands. A few are just one word: finally. So what happens now? Does Carlos respond? Probably. He always does. A Notes app apology, a cryptic tweet, maybe even a sources say planted in a blog he secretly owns. He'll deny everything. He'll call her bitter. He'll say she's just seeking attention now that the show has moved on without her. But here's what he can't deny. She pulled back the curtain, and what we saw behind it? Ugly. Controlling, the kind of manipulation that makes you question every reality show you've ever loved. Melody Shari may never work in this town again. That's the price of speaking truth to power, when power holds all the contracts. But you know what else she won't do? She won't sit in another velvet chair and lie. She won't film another scene where she has to pretend the pain is fake. And she definitely won't answer another phone call from a man who thinks her silence is for sale. The internet is calling her a hero. She's not. Heroes don't cry in their closets at 2 a.m. wondering if God still hears them. Heroes don't lose their marriages and their friends and their peace of mind just to tell a truth that most people already suspected. She's not a hero. She's tired. And sometimes tired is enough. Tired is what makes you finally drop the suitcase. Tired is what makes you say, "I don't care who it costs me." Tired is what makes you sit in front of a camera for 11 minutes and tear down everything you built, because the thing you built was never really yours anyway. Cut to the final frame of her confession video. She's not crying anymore. She's not smiling either. She's just still, like a storm that finally passed. Watch her hands. They're folded in her lap. No shaking, no fidgeting, just peace. Wounded, fragile, expensive peace. So here's my question for you, and I want you to really sit with it. How many Melody Sharis are out there right now? Sitting in their own closets, swallowing their own truths, smiling through their own production meetings. How many of you are still holding the suitcase? She finally put hers down. The question isn't whether the internet believed her. The question is if you can do the same. Because the truth, it doesn't set you free because it makes your life easier. It sets you free because after you say it, you finally stop carrying it alone. Fade to black. Soft sound of a door closing. Not slammed, not locked, just closed. She's on the other side now, and she's not coming back.